Ladies and gentlemen, feels very, very good to be here. This is episode numero 1 of this Biomechanics series that I'm going to be doing on YouTube, where we're both here. And basically, the series I'm going to take or talk about a specific muscle group every single episode. Talk about the best ways to train it, the best exercises, the ins and outs and intricacies of training that specific muscle group. And I hope you guys genuinely benefit from this and increase your knowledge, because when you guys increase your knowledge, you can teach other people, and then we can make everyone understand training. So it's one step at a time, baby. And I don't think there's a better way to start the series off than with the chest. So everybody likes training chest. Everybody, all everybody could talk about is chest training and chest workouts and push days. So I don't think there's a better way to start off the series than with the chest. And enough wasting time, let's get into this. So believe it or not, muscles are actually placed in our body. Like, we have muscles to do a specific role. Generally, that role is moving one bone closer to another, or just moving bones in general. Now, what does that mean for the pec? So the pec is a convergent muscle, meaning it brings bones together. The pec attaches up here in your bicep somewhere, or on your humerus, I should say. Somewhere probably in this region here, that is where its origin is. And the fibers come across, into the sternum, which is this bone right here. If you find the middle of your chest, you poke there, there is a bone that is called the sternum. So your pec comes across this way, and the fibers, which are the lines of the pec, they go across horizontally for the most part. So the job of the chest is to actually pull your upper arm across your body. Now, usually when we see people doing flies, they will cue that, oh, bring your hands together. And that is a cue that I don't quite understand, because your chest does not attach to your hand. So whether your hands touch or not, that does not mean that there's going to be more chest involvement. The cue that you should probably be utilizing more when doing any sort of fly variation is bring this, or smash your bicep into your chest, or bring your upper arm or your bicep across your body as much as possible, because that will shorten the chest as much as possible. When it comes to your chest exercise selection, I've turned on the lights, by the way, so you can see me a little bit better. When it comes to your chest exercise selection, I would say 3 is more than enough. The amount of sets that you do per exercise, however, will be dependent on your training level. If you're a beginner, you probably want maybe a little bit more, but that's also going to depend on your split and what other exercises you're doing in that same workout. But regardless, I think general rule of thumb to make things totally easy, a flat press, an incline press, maybe a fly or press around, which I'll probably have on screen here, is going to be more than enough. It's going to do the trick. And so long as your diet is consistent, your training is consistent, your sleep and recovery is good, all that is good, and your numbers are going up, which is probably one of the most important factors that no one talks about. I don't understand why. Your numbers, meaning you should do more reps, more weight every single session. Obviously not increase it like a crazy amount each session, but like month after month, you should see some significant strength gains, and that way you're ensuring that you're going to be building as much muscle as possible. Going back to our chest exercises, as I said, a flat press, incline press, and press around will probably do the trick. Now you're like, why don't you have any direct or maybe lower chest bias movements? And it's because I see that most people are lacking more in the upper chest department rather than the lower chest department. So that's probably why I would have a little bit more emphasis on the overall and upper chest, because when you're training your chest overall, if you're doing like a flat press or a flat fly, you're going to be working your lower pec just fine. No need for extra direct work. Now, the reason that you probably want just a little bit more pressing than fly work is because your chest will probably benefit a little bit more from a press rather than a fly. With a press, you can use more weight. It's probably a little bit more fun, and it's just a better way to lengthen the pec, which is probably where you're going to get most benefit. Now, you probably still should have some short work or shortened position work in your training, just for variation and just to, you know, cover all the grounds. And that's what the fly or the press around is for. Now, the lengthened position of the pec is somewhere here where your arm is pulled back. As we said, chest attaches to the humerus. So when the humerus is back, your chest is, you know, getting stretched out. And when you pull your humerus forward or across your body, that is where the chest is going to be more in a more shortened position. Now, when people are doing any sort of press, they like pressing up here, when in reality, it's probably best for your joints and for your chest development overall to be pressing maybe like this. So your arms are not so flared out, they're kind of somewhere in the middle. The tighter to the body, probably the better, but it's just gonna depend on you and what feels comfortable for you. So like at about 45 degrees angle of abduction. Abduction is like away from body, adduction closer to the body. So 45 degrees-ish, somewhere in the middle, not so high, but not like totally stuck to your body. Somewhere in between will probably be ideal for like the vast majority of people. In that position, you can stretch the pecs even more, because when you're pressing like this, you can probably get only to about there, and a lot more strain on your shoulder joint, which is probably not a good thing. But when you tuck your elbows in a little bit, you can probably stretch your chest or bring your arm back a lot more, which will in turn stretch your chest a lot more as well. So that's just how that works. You're probably stronger, you're gonna get more chest stretch, meaning more chest recruitment, I guess you can say. It's just better, just do it, okay? Listen to me, I promise you will not regret it. And if you don't wanna listen, just try it out before you deny it. I know everybody and their mother, like, you know, in the 90s and until very recently, was just pressing up here, boom, 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 just because they saw the top bodybuilders pressing in that range. And you need to understand that the top bodybuilders have top bodybuilder level genetics. That's why they're able to do the things that they do without many problems and seeing amazing results. You are not a top level bodybuilder, meaning you can't do what they do. So it makes sense for you to optimize your training a little bit more so you can get just as good result. Actually, you're not going to get just as good results as a bodybuilder. So you can get results, good results, without having any issues. Just the last thing I want to talk about before we end this video, it's what type of presses do you want to be doing? So what type of press do you want to incorporate in your workouts? So you have things like your barbell press, your dumbbell press. Man, my throat's getting really dry. A cable press, a machine press. Now this is mostly going to depend on two things: what you have available at your gym or where you train at, and what do you genuinely prefer doing more. Because when you prefer something, you're probably going to stick to it a little bit better. Damn, I'm going to drink some water. Give me a second. Okay, that's better. As I said, it's going to come down to what you prefer doing, what movements you prefer doing, and what you have available to you. Now, I think one of the safest exercises and something that's going to be available for everyone is a cable press, meaning you have a bench, you have a cable behind you, and you press. This is probably the best chest exercise there is, or the best movement for the chest there is, because you're doing a press. So you're already going to be using a pretty significant amount of weight. Number two, you're going to be lengthening the pec quite a bit, because you're going to bring your arm back, probably a little bit abducted from the body. So you're going to get a greater stretch on the pec. And third of all, you're not pressing directly forward, you're pressing forward and in, which, as we said at the beginning of the video, is what the pec does. The pec brings your arm across the body, so it makes sense for you to pick exercises that match that. So you're gonna press while bringing your arm in towards your body. That's probably how you're gonna hit the chest in the best way possible. As well, if you look at like some of the best chest machines in the world, they're probably a press that goes in as you press. So if you look at the hammer strength incline press, very good pressing machine, by the way, probably start around here and you end here. So your arms travel inwards as you press, which is what the chest wants to do. So you're pretty much doing a very, very good exercise that will stimulate the chest very, very well. Now, the barbell and dumbbell don't really converge. That, by the way, that word is converge, meaning like they come together. The barbell does not converge at all, and the dumbbell can converge a little bit, but not as much as a cable or a good machine. That being said, they're still both great exercises that you should probably still be utilizing if you enjoy doing them. But if you don't enjoy doing them, guess what? You don't have to, because people think that, oh, I have to have a barbell movement or I have to have a dumbbell movement in my chest workout, but that's just not the case, because your body and your muscle does not understand that it's holding a dumbbell or a barbell or a machine or a cable. It just understands that, hey, I'm being put under stress and I have to act. Anyways, I think that's it for the video. Pretty successful video so far. My throat isn't, can't even speak. My throat is incredibly dry, so I'm probably gonna go drink a liter of water. And I hope this helped. And yeah, like, follow, drop a comment, share, and comment down below what you guys want to see more of this YouTube thing, because I'm going all in. And yeah, just having a great day. I hope you guys are also having a great day. And yeah, like, subscribe, share. I already said that, but do it. Have a good day.